Dahar, good, you're here. I did as we discussed. The outpost is all set up, and our men are ready to go into battle.
Understood. What about the Purity? How much resistance do we face?
A lot. I don't know how Lacane did it, but they've turned this old ruin into their stronghold. I'd bet my right hand that this archfire magic has something to do with it. Anyway, there are two ways we can do this. Either we strike now, or fortify our position first. All that matters is that we capture the castle to lure out the Utran army from behind the wall. You decide.
Well, let's move to the camp. I want to get an overview of the situation first. Impressive.
Yes, it's a considerable army, but still, it won't be easy. We have to plan carefully.
What do you suggest? Attack at once, or fortify our position first?
Fortify.
I don't think that's a good idea. They will have noticed us by now, and the more time we give them to prepare, the harder it will be.
Well, you're in charge, Tahar. Madness.
We've expanded our borders.
Myra. I just can't believe he's turned her into this thing. You know, out of all of us Arendir children, she was always the most, I don't know, peaceful one. She always wanted harmony. Whenever me and my sister fought, she was the one who made us see reason.
Didn't she order the Utran borders to be shut down for the refugees?
Yes, because I told her to. It broke her heart. Anyway, let's not talk about it.
I repent.
I'm sorry?
I repent. I said, I repent. I've allowed Aenir into my life, and I've accepted his light. So, please, don't kill me.
He thinks we're with the Purity.
Oh, you're not? Then, who are you?
Enemies of the Harbinger.
You? Oh, look, I really want no trouble. Do what you want. I won't stop you, but please just leave me out of this.
I understand that. But if you know anything that could help us in our fight, you need to tell us.
Well, sorry to disappoint, but I really don't know what I could tell you.
Well, all right then. Tiara's blessings.
Tiara's blessings, or Aenir's light. Whatever you prefer.
Good work, Tahar. I wasn't certain until now, but you know how to lead.
What now?
We need to make a stand here. Like this, the castle won't hold a minute against a full-fledged assault by the Utran forces. And I'm sure those soldiers who fled have already notified Myra. Or whoever is controlling her.
Good. I'll tell our men to set up some defenses here.
Let's hope it'll be a while before they strike back. The more time we have to prepare, the better. What about your strike team? You said you're expecting backup.
Yes, Gore is on his way. He should be at the border by now.
Good. Then we should use what time we have left to prepare.
Corporal Tahar.
Yes?
The enemy armies. They are crossing the Utran border, just as you predicted.
How long until they'll be here?
I don't know. It looks as if they're still in preparation, but probably not much longer.
Damn it! What about my sister? Is she there?
Not in the front lines, no.
Understood. Dismissed, Private.
Sir.
Blasted. That's sooner than I expected.
What now?
We need to be quick. Position our troops, fortify any choke points, secure as much territory as we need for an effective defense. Because as soon as the Purity strikes, there'll be no more time for that. You and your strike team have to move quickly. In other words, this is our last chance to make fortifications, and the longer we can hold them back, the more time you'll have to locate the rune carriers.
Understood. Then we best get started.
We need to prepare our defenses, Tahar.
That's why I'm here. You're a seasoned commander. What do you suggest we do?
I guess I should be flattered. Well, for starters, we should see that all our men are properly armed in the barracks. As I said already, we should position them at the choke points. I will know what to do when you head out. Secondly, we should build fortifications, towers, lots of them. There aren't many routes the Purity can take to attack the castle, so we have to make sure these are properly guarded. And finally, we have to ensure a steady flow of resources and provisions. The better we are supplied, the longer we can hold out.
Resources, armies, towers. Got it. Thank you, Angar.
Nothing to thank me for. Just find Myra. it begins.
Time to reveal the full plan, I guess. How are we supposed to get behind their lines?
You're gonna meet with an inside man. Hervius.
A spy?
Yes. He's been sounding out the purity since your escape from Greykeep. One of Sentenza's former men. Before we set out here, I've ordered him to infiltrate the Utran army. He will wait for you near the border wall in the east.
How will he recognize me? Is there a, I don't know, code word?
I hate to shatter your master spy fantasies, but your face is well known by now to Har. He knows whom to expect.
How sure are you of his loyalty? After what happened between Sentenza and me, he might be...
No. I know Hervius personally, and he's one of the most capable and loyal spies the Royal Army has to offer.
Understood. Remind me, what exactly do we do once we find the rune carriers?
Kill them. Take the rune, and order my sister to stop the attack and join us. Then we take that bloody thing to the Nexus and destroy it to break the spell completely. Maybe you can use a Godstone to get back here once you have Myra. That will be safer.
Fair enough. Anything else?
Yes. Be quick. Avoid unnecessary combat. Now go to her. And good luck.
Likewise. Hervius, isn't it?
Aye, and you are Taha. I don't think you remember me, do you?
Should I?
Never mind. So Angar told me about your mission. Mind control. Shape her runes. It all sounds quite adventurous, if you don't mind me saying. So here's the situation. If those rune carriers exist, they will probably be in the northwest, in the old Iskandar loyalist camp.
Speaking of it, where are the Iskander loyalists now?
Dead, mostly. The purity gave them a chance to repent, but most of them wouldn't. It was pretty ugly. I didn't get the smell of burnt meat out of my nostrils for the next 2 days.
I see. And how do we get past that wall? Why did the purity build it to begin with?
Purity? No, you misunderstand. It was House Utran who gave the order, because those refugees wouldn't stop coming. But to answer your question, there are 2 ways I know of. The first one leads, brace yourselves, through the gate. It will be very hard to find an opening, though, with all the troops swarming through.
And the second one?
That one's a tad trickier. Apparently there are tunnels smugglers once used to get wares over the Utran border. Word has it that some of the refugees used it to get across too.
Both ways sound pretty risky to me. The first one because it might get us killed. The second one because it will cost us time. And we don't even know if it exists.
Well observed, Tahar. But I'm afraid it's all I can offer. Once you make it past the wall, it should be easier. Just make sure to avoid the patrolling troops.
You said that we met before?
Aye, but I don't think now's the time to discuss the old days, is it?
Any idea where those tunnels could be?
None. But if I had to make a guess, I'd look close to the wall itself.
All right. Thank you, Hervius.
Nothing to thank me for. Just, if this mind control thing is real, you have to put an end to it. Nobody should have that power.
I couldn't agree more.
What the? You again? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Why did you leave the camp?
You ask me? After you and your friend turned these lands into a bloody battleground again? Forgive me, but I don't want to end up as collateral damage for a Purity Lightbringer or Nortander Cavalry.
Makes sense, I guess. Either way, we need your help. That smuggling tunnel near the Utran wall. Do you know how to open it?
And if I do?
Then it would be greatly appreciated if you told us.
I get that, but what do I get in return?
How much?
No, you misunderstood. I don't want your gold. What I want is my things back, simple as that. I was in the bushes taking a leak when the Utrans showed up in the camp, and I had to make a run for it.
And now you want us to get them back for you?
That would be great, yes. I can't go out there by myself, not without a weapon, and even then...
It's all right, we'll do it.
No, we're not. Listen, pal. I know you've had a hard time, but so did we. Give us that key and give it now.
But...
Now.
So much for not my enemy, huh? Fine. Seems like I don't have much of a choice. Yes, I know about the tunnel. About the one to the northeast, that is. Lots of the other refugees tried their luck there. But from what I've been told, those Utran bastards plucked them right out from the hole on the other side. Not worth it if you ask me. And as far as I know, one of the refugees hid the key near the camp, under a rock. for any other soul who wants to follow.
Near the camp under a rock isn't very specific.
Right below the Godstone. You can't miss it.
All right, that'll help. Thank you.
Well, it's not like I had much of a choice, did I? Now, if you don't mind, I got things to attend to.
Go ahead. Why did you do this?
Because I'm not playing errand boy while our time is running out.
Let's see. Yes, that's it.
Found the key?
Yeah, at least I think so. We'll have to try it out. Let's go find that tunnel. The refugees said it was to the northeast. Here we go. I think it's better if one of us scouts the way first. Iria, you go in.
I had a feeling you'd say that. What happens when I'm through? Will you come after me?
No, I think it's better if you look for a godstone nearby. Then the rest of us can use it to teleport ourselves.
Well, I'll spare you the sarcastic comment this time. I'll see you on the other side.
Quite the fight.
See if they have the rune.
Interesting.
It connected with you, just like the Harbinger's rune did. I think you can control Lady Myra now.
Then let's go find her. Lady Myra?
Lady Myra.
Ellen's reigns.
How do you feel? Are you wounded?
How do I feel? Am I wounded?
What now?
What now?
Order her to stop the assault on the fortress.
All right. Command your men to lay down their weapons and stop the assault on the fortress. The Ushran house is now no longer allied with the Purity, but with Nortander.
I command my men to lay down their weapons and stop the assault on the fortress. The Utran house is no longer allied with the Purity, but with Nortander.
She sounds different than when the Purity priests commanded her.
Probably her mind needs time to adjust. Still, this is so damn wrong. We need to destroy that rune as fast as possible.
All right. Then back to Angar. Once we've made sure he's safe, we'll head back to Mullendir. We've done what we came here for.
Here we are. Now destroy that bloody rune.
Shouldn't we at least study it first? I mean, we don't know what...
Are you deaf? Destroy it!
All right. I'll take care of it now. But I need privacy.
Are you trying to trick me, dwarf? I swear, if you...
Fine, come then. Come and keep shouting at me all you like, because that's the best way to ensure I'll make a mistake and have that rune cause your sister's brain to explode.
All right. You'll get your privacy. I'll go find a bed for Myra in the meantime. She needs water and food.
Follow me, Tahar. All right, here we are.
Iskrim? What's the matter?
I won't do it.
What?
You heard me. I will not destroy the rune.
Are you joking? This thing is what's controlling Lady Myra.
Yes, it is, but there's something I haven't told you. Something I only found out a week ago.
Yes?
The Shapers. I finally understand their secret. Why they persisted for so long. Why during their reign there was not a single power who dared to defy them, not even the dragons. Why there was peace.
The rune.
It all makes sense now. The Shapers used these runes to control, to ensure stability.
They enslaved their own people by exerting mind control. Is that what you're getting at?
Enslaved? So a murderer put behind bars is a slave too? No, Tahar. They used the runes to protect their empire from its enemies, from outside and from within. Don't you see? This is the reason why there were no wars, no coups, no stupid rebellions. Because the Shapers had the power to correct misguidance. And the best thing about it? The control didn't even suffer. They merely had their views readjusted and continued to live on a normal life.
Lady Myra doesn't seem normal at all. She acts like some kind of machine.
Yes, because neither we nor the Purity have even come close to comprehending the true power of the rune. We're sodding amateurs.
What about the ghosts who protected this place? They seem to have gotten more than a little readjustment.
Yes, probably because their crimes required a more severe punishment. Isn't that poetic justice? Rather than killing a wrongdoer, he's bound to protect those he wanted to hurt. Just imagine the potential of this.
And you think this is a good thing? Being able to bend minds to your will?
Look, Tahar, I'm not stupid. I know there's a danger in that power, but there's a danger in every power. Blasted, you're a mage. Thousands of people would like to see you burn, and just because they're afraid of that power inside you. Your magic, just like the rune, it's a tool. Don't you see that? And a tool is neither good nor evil. It's merely a potential. And this, Tahar, this is the potential to change the world for the better.
So what's your plan? Use the rune to create a second Shaper Empire?
No, use it for the greater good. For us, for our purpose. For our battle against that lunatic Lacane. Damn it, Tahar. This might be the key that I've been looking for. The key for stability, for peace. I will not destroy it.
Iskrim, calm down. There has to be another way.
No, there isn't.
Iskrim, you've said it yourself. With Myra's current state of mind, she cannot help us win over the other houses. And without them, we'll never recapture Greykeep. Lacane will win. Please, you have to trust me with this. The rune must be destroyed.
Fine. Fine. But I'm doing this for you. You understand me? I will destroy it. But as soon as there's time, I will start my research again, and no, you cannot stop me. Agree with me or not, I know this power can do good. I just know it. It's done. Go see after Lady Myra, Tahar. I need time.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Cold?
I don't know, Angar. I just feel different.
Tahar, what happened? Did the dwarf destroy the room?
He did.
I see. Well, something is off. Myra, she's different.
What?
Myra?
I don't know. I feel strange, cold.
See? That bloody rune, it did something to her mind.
Lady Myra, what do you mean by cold?
Dark, empty. I don't know how to describe it. Forgive me.
But you remember who you are, don't you?
I am Lady Myra Emmeline Arendir, third-born daughter of House Utran.
It's probably just temporary. She'll get better.
And you know that how? None of this should have happened. None of it. Myra, you should get some rest. Things might be different tomorrow.
Yes, brother. As you say.
Come, let us call your companions. There's things that need discussing.
All right. Now that my sister is safe and we have the Utran army beside us, we need to discuss our course of action. As I've hinted at already, there are two more problems we need to take care of before we can gather to convince the other royal houses to join forces with us and reconquer Greykeep.
Lacane's Iron Ones, and the Leonida forces.
Iron Ones? You mean these giant walking armors?
Yes. We need to destroy the place where the Purity manufactures them. And we need to eliminate Amaria Leonida, who has allied herself with the Harbinger.
House Leonider has the strongest army in Nortander. Wouldn't it be wiser to forge the alliance with Wulfgar and Hallett first and then deal with them?
It would, but Leonida is controlling the borders. In other words, until we've taken care of her and the Ironborn, we couldn't move the Wulfgar or Hallett forces, even if they agreed to an alliance.
Any idea what these Iron Ones actually are? Golems?
No, I doubt it. They have the magical signature of a human. I guess we'll need to find out.
Yes, though I'm fairly certain the Harbinger's new magic has to do with it. The Archfire.
But if that's the case, how are we supposed to deal with them?
Well, according to my scouts, there is a place where they are being created by whatever unholy power is behind this. And it seems that this smeltery, if you want to call it that, is in the Windwall foothills.
So we travel to Windwall and burn down that factory. Is that the plan?
Yes. It's a simple task, but it won't be easy. We can be sure that the Purity is doing all in their power to protect it.
Amaria Leonider allied herself with the Harbinger? Why?
Because she's probably the most ardent follower of the Purity's teaching. She was the first truly influential Nortandian to repent when Lekain's new religion was founded, and also the first to declare her unconditional loyalty after Lekain showed his true face and took over Greyfell.
Could that also have something to do with what happened during the Mage War? That her sons fell in the last battle against my father?
I'm pretty sure it has. Did you know that she attempted to commit suicide? That was only months after the Queen had put an end to her father's doing. So yes, her loyalty to the Purity almost certainly has to do with her losses. She also despises you, as Isamo Tahar's child, from the bottom of her heart.
That's not good. How do you plan to neutralize her? We can't just move our army into Leonider territory. That would be suicide.
Well, that's where we got lucky. Amaria Leonider has taken up position in the Eye.
In the marshlands? Why?
My guess is as good as yours, but I suppose it has to do with your father's laboratory. I doubt Lekain is done with it.
So, Amaria is leading the army herself? How? I didn't know she knew about warfare.
Well, word has it that the Harbinger has, how should I say, granted Amaria a gift as a token of gratitude for her loyalty. Magical powers, in other words. Maybe even a part of this Archfire energy. No, I don't know if these rumors are true, but we'll have to consider them when we make our plan.
Wow. Seems like this will be quite the battle.
Indeed. Which is why we need a good strategy.
Fair enough. Then let's start making preparations.
Good. Don't forget that it's still not too late to look for more allies. Time is sparse, yes, but we must not forget how strong the Purity has gotten.
Corporal Tahar!
Private Miller, isn't it? What's the matter?
I have news. Bad news.
Report.
Our scouts, they reported something. A dragon has appeared near the canyon. An elder.
An elder? You mean...
Yes. From the legends.
What? But they've been asleep for centuries.
Well, apparently not.
Are you sure this isn't a mistake?
Quite sure. The Iron Falcons found 3 keepers torn apart and scorched in a way that only a dragon could do it. But what's even more alarming is that the Falcons believe that said dragon is heading our way.
Why?
I don't know, Corporal. I just don't know. What are your orders?
We need to confirm the rumor.
But how? I'm only a scout, Corporal. But the way I see it, we only have 2 options. Wait or act. If we wait, the dragon might attack Mulandir without us being prepared. If we act, at least we're the ones who decide where the confrontation will happen.
You have a point. What if the scouts are wrong, and the dragon isn't here for us?
That is a possibility.
Where is the dragon now? Is it... moving?
I don't think so. According to the Falcons, it has landed in a small oasis in the scorching desert. A 1 or 2 day journey from Aenir's Blade. What will you do, Corporal? I know this war is hard and taking up all of your resources, but we cannot just stand by and watch while that creature comes at us, can we?
I'll travel to the oasis and see for myself.
I understand. You want me to tell the others?
I'll do it when we head out. Dismissed, Private.
Sir?
I've been wondering. Do you have a family? Heirs?
That question came unexpected.
Is it so hard to answer?
It isn't. No. I don't have a family. Save for my sisters.
How come?
Well, I'm afraid to understand my answer, I need to go back a little. You see, I had always known what my life would look like, long before it became what it is. You see, House Arendir is one of the eldest of Northander. The role of every Arendir had already been chosen the moment he or she was given birth to. For me, it was always clear that I would be the Lord Marshal of the Royal Army.
So your parents forced you to do this?
Let me put it this way. It was my duty. Of course, I could have rebelled, but even back then, I had already come to realize that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Sure, I too had had my share of boyhood dreams, but betraying my parents and the realm had never been an option.
Being a royal commander sounds an awful lot like a boyhood dream to me.
I guess it does. But you need to keep in mind that we Arendiers were raised for this. I knew from the start that a military path had little to do with the tale of brave knights in shining armor from the poems and the plays. People, especially in youth, often crave for what they don't have. The fisherman's daughter might dream of a life as a princess, whereas the princess aches for the charming vagabond to take her to an exotic place, far away from her life of etiquette, stern-faced governesses, and arranged marriage.
What did you dream of? Also a charming sellsword who'd take you to exotic places?
Very funny. You see, one of my uncles had been a seaman. His branch of the family was by far the least powerful one, but whenever he came to visit, I didn't leave his side for a minute. He had sailed to Kalea to meet with the Blood Oracle, to Imperia, to the great Colosseums, and once he had even sailed all around the lands of winter. You can imagine that for me as a boy, his stories were a lot more exciting than my lessons in math, history, and politics. And more than once after his visits, I found myself lying in bed and wondering what it would be like to just pack my bags, enlist on one of the trade ships, and see all these marvels my uncle had told me about myself. A foolish fantasy, of course, but still, it existed.
But yet, you never seriously contemplated becoming a seaman.
No. I was young, yes, but I wasn't a fool. Even if duty and loyalty had not been a concern of mine, I knew that my uncle only told me about the good parts of his life. He never spoke of how a snowstorm cost him 3 of his fingers, and why he always carried a bottle of brandy wherever he went.
Is your uncle still alive?
No. His ship ran aground when I was 14 winters old.
You should have given it a try. We only get one shot at life.
Well, thank you for your advice. Either way, we digress.
That's true. I'm still not sure I understand why becoming the Lord Marshal stopped you from having family.
It was a choice. I probably don't need to tell you this, but love and marriage are as much a duty as any other. You cannot be a good husband or a good wife if you don't commit entirely. And the same goes for parenthood. And the higher I rose, the more I realized that people in my position, whose decisions affect the lives of tens of thousands, can and should only have one commitment.
Their duty.
Yes. I know it sounds dramatic, but it's the truth. I chose not to have a family, because the realm was my wife and its people were my children. Allowing somebody else into my life would have meant betraying the others.
What about the Arendir bloodline? Who will carry on your name if you don't have an heir?
My sister, Myra.
But isn't she a widow?
Yes. Her husband, Lord Utran, died in the Mage Wars. But she is still young, and once we've ended this madness, I will encourage her to look for a new, suitable partner.
But there are commanders that have families.
And they have them at an expense. If life taught me anything, then it's that excellence requires absolute dedication. And with the responsibilities that I have, I simply cannot allow myself to be distracted.
That sounds sad.
Maybe, but we've wasted enough time. You wanted an answer, and that was it. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
There you are. Tahar, I found something incredible.
What is it?
Remember how I asked for your permission to examine your mother's body? I did that yesterday.
I hope you know that wasn't an easy decision for me.
Yeah, Tahar, I know. And believe me, we were respectful. Save for that strange stasis, her body's still unscathed.
So? Were you able to learn anything?
We did, and this is what I'm so excited about. That jewel in the front part of her cranium. At first, we thought it was simply an ornament to mark her as a member of the priest caste, but it's more than that. It has magical properties.
But it's still an ornament, isn't it? She wasn't born with it.
No, she wasn't. As I said, the different castes had different ornaments worked into their bodies, and while the ornaments of the lower castes were probably just adornments, those of the higher castes were actually magical. Long story short, despite her spirit being gone, the ornament still seems to be active. I think we could remove it.
And what for?
As I said, the jewel is magical. If you wear it, say, as a talisman, it could increase your magical powers significantly. It could really help us in our fight against Lacane.
Isn't that dangerous?
I'm close to certain it isn't. The ornaments are really just jewelry, like a ring, only woven into the flesh. I think we can remove it without causing your mother's body any harm. But then again, there's no way of knowing for sure.
Leave it there. If there's any chance of freeing my mother from Lacane, I want her shell as it was.
Of course. I understand. Well then, thank you nonetheless for giving me this chance. The more I learn about the Shapers, the more I realize how fascinating they truly are.
Tahar?
Hello, Myra. How, are you?
I don't know.
I wanted to talk about your condition. That rune, it changed something in you, didn't it? Can you describe it?
Everything has turned gray. Dark. I feel like a stranger in my own body, a puppet, without someone to pull the strings anymore. I try to feel, but I can't. I suppose this is what it adds up to.
Are you feeling like it's getting better?
No.
That's troubling.
I suppose.
I'll be off. Get well soon, Myra.
I'll do my best.
Corporal Tahar. Still feels strange to say that name out loud.
Because of my father?
What do you think? Anyway, you've proven by now that you're not like him. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but I'm glad our paths crossed. So, what do you need?
Can you tell me more about the Iron Falcons?
Depends.
Why did you choose to become a Falcon?
Choose? You certainly don't know anything about royalty, Tahar. There was never much choice, especially not for me and my brother. To be honest, I always dreamed of becoming the Lady Marshal at the Queen's side, but that role was reserved for Angar. Thus, my parents sent me to the Falcons. Because of my talent and my blood, it had always been clear that one day I'd lead them, if I didn't fall in battle before that could happen. And I didn't. So now, the Arendirs lead the two most powerful forces in Northander, just as our parents planned.
Makes sense. What's it like to be an Iron Falcon?
Harsh.
Meaning?
No family, no pleasures. Just the vigil and hard training under the desert sun, day after day. It's necessary because any distraction could make us drop our guard, which would mean the end of the world as we know it.
You have my respect.
Thank you.
How are you settling in?
Good. I'm worried about the tomb, of course, but I can see that my brother is right. The purity is as big a threat as the File Darg. Let us just pray that your soldiers know what they're doing.
What's your relationship with Angar?
I don't see how that's relevant. Sorry. If anything, I'm more worried about Myra. Seeing her like that, it's disquieting, to say the least. You want to know something funny? As a child, I always scolded her for her naivety. I told her she had to toughen up and that a woman of royal blood shouldn't behave like the miller's daughter, playing witch and drawing pretty pictures. Of course, she never listened. And now, all of a sudden, that naivety, that optimism, that blind faith in the world is gone. And I miss it. When this is over, we'll find a cure. We need to.
I'll be off.
By the Guardians. That was quite the journey, wasn't it? Wonderful place you found yourself here, Corporal. Wonderful.
Glad you like it. Did you have a look at the city's defense mechanisms yet? They might interest you.
Yes, actually I have. They are part of why I find this city so intriguing. I mean, I always knew the Shapers had some interesting weaponry, but this, it's amazing. I still don't understand why the Crown never showed much interest in these ruins in the first place. Anyway, I don't want to steal more of your precious time. As promised, I'll help you improve your siege machinery, catapults, ballistas, and the like. Though of course that'll cost you a little. Not for me, but for the material.
Alright, I'll come by when I need something.
Unbelievable. All this.
Must be quite a change of scenery.
Yes, you could say that. All my life I dreamed of stepping through the portal, and now I did. And it's beautiful. Everything is so vast. Oh well. It will take some getting used to, that's for certain. There's something else I wanted to discuss with you. I brought some things from the island that could come in handy on your travels. Weapons, trinkets, all sorts of things I found in the Hibernian ruins over the years. Most of them haven't been used for millennia, but for a little gold I could get them back into shape. Just let me know if you want to take a look.
I will. Thank you.